Hello friends! Today I'm gonna show you how to make Rose Macarons. They are filled with a Rose Ganache. I was pleasantly surprised with this ones. Normally I don't enjoy rose flavored desserts because they remind me of soap fragrance, but I think I cracked the code to making delicious tasting rose flavored macarons. These were thoroughly enjoyed by my family and I shared them with some friends also. They were awesome. If you like this video, please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Tuesday. Place a bowl over a pan with barely simmering water. Add sugar and egg white powder to the bowl and whisk them together. Egg white powder is not necessary and it's not right for everybody and for every climate. Read my post about egg white powder, which I'm going to link down below in the description box, to find out if it's right for you. Add the egg whites to the bowl. Whisk the egg whites and the sugar until the sugar has completely melted. Touch the mixture with your fingers, and if you don't feel any sugar granules, you can remove it from the heat. Transfer the mixture to the bowl of a mixer and begin whisking on low. Raise the speed to medium, and I like to finish whipping my meringue on speed 6 of the KitchenAid. I usually whip the meringue for about 13 minutes. Don't go by time though, you should whip the meringue until it has achieved stiff peaks. For some people it takes even less than 10 minutes to whip the meringue, and for others it might take even 20 minutes, so don't trust the clock. You should check for the perfect meringue consistency. At the final stages of whipping the meringue, I added a dash of sugar rose powder food coloring by the Sugar Art. As you can see on the video, it was probably about 1/16 of a teaspoon. Very little bit will go a long way. As you can see here, the meringue is too soft and the peak is bending to the side, so we need to continue to whip longer. When the meringue is done whipping, the peak should be shooting straight up and not bending down to the side. And when you look on the bottom of the meringue collected by the whisk, it should have soft but defined waves. Add the sifted almond flour and powdered sugar to the whipped meringue and begin folding with a spatula. We're going to fold until the perfect consistency is achieved, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. After incorporating the dry ingredients with the meringue, and once you see no more dry ingredients, you can start pressing the batter with a spatula up against the bowl. That's going to help deflate the air bubbles. When the batter is done folding, it should be falling off the spatula slowly and effortlessly. And you should be able to form several figure eights with the batter that's falling off the spatula. And even after the batter breaks, it should still continue to flow off the spatula slowly and effortlessly. Transfer the batter to a piping bag fitted with a round tip. I'm using a Wilton No. 12. Tie the end of the bag with a bag tie to avoid the batter from escaping from the top and to avoid it from drying out. Place the piping bag directly 90 degrees over the center of each circle template. Apply gentle pressure and carefully pipe for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then quickly pull the bag up, twisting at the top. Once you've piped as many circles as you could, bang the trays against the counter or against the palm of your hands a few times to release air bubbles. And also use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles from the surface of the shells. Let the trays sit for a while so the shells are going to dry out before baking, if you're resting the macarons. If I'm baking the macarons on my large oven, I have to rest them before baking. I usually leave them for about 20 to 40 minutes, it depends on how humid the day is. You know that they're ready when you can gently touch the surface of a macaron and it seems dry and it doesn't stick to your finger. I bake my macarons in the large electric conventional oven with a 310 Fahrenheit temperature for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now the macarons piped in the small baking tray, I can bake them directly after piping without resting in my small countertop oven at a 290 Fahrenheit temperature for about 20 to 23 minutes. You know the macarons are done baking when they feel firm to the touch and they don't feel jiggly when you try to move them. And also when you touch the top of a shell, it does not feel soft. That's when you can remove them from the oven. To make the Rose Ganache, let's start by heating the cream in a small pan with some invert sugar. You can skip the invert sugar, but it does help to stabilize the ganache so it doesn't split, making it shiny and smooth. Once the cream almost comes to a boil, pour it over the white chocolate along with a dash of rose water extract. Now this is the secret. A little bit of rose water extract is gonna go a long way. So you just wanna add a very little bit. Now use an immersion blender to emulsify the ganache. Once the chocolate has melted and the ganache is smooth, transfer it to a bowl and cover with plastic wrap and place it in the fridge for an hour or so until firm. It can take longer for the ganache to firm up. Once the ganache is smooth and creamy, transfer it to a piping bag fitted with a round tip. Now I'm going to decorate the shells by drizzling melted white chocolate over each shell, and then sprinkling dried rose and sprinkles on top. Fill the bottom shells of the macarons with a ganache and top with a decorated shell. Let the macarons mature overnight before serving. These macarons will last up to 5 days in the fridge or 1 to 2 months in the freezer. Always remember to store them in an airtight container. I hope you enjoyed today's video. For the full recipe, check the link down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!